So when you come into Earth and you have all these different set points, you have a set point whether it's within your hormones, chemicals, metals, vitamins, minerals, neurotransmitters, all these different areas. So how do you correct that? A very powerful technique is something that's called laser energetic detox, and laser is just a form of information that is actually transferred into the individual, and you can then transfer information such as the heavy metal or the chemical and so forth, and you can pinpoint and see actually even which genetic code. So if you just want to take a look here, you see these different vials. You can actually, when I'm muscle testing, I can actually muscle test and pinpoint and see which genetic aspect it is that may be a little bit off, that may be driving that set point. So a person may be suffering from hormonal issues, they may be suffering from emotional or nutritional deficiencies or chemicals, or it may be anything. And actually these set points are huge, which will then kind of make up our own health, our whole health. So in order to be able to correct it, obviously we want to find out where are the set points and how do we, what do we need to do to fix it. So I use a technique called muscle testing. So if you just stretch your arm straight up. So you see here she has a strong arm, and I'm going to just test and see. For instance, here are different receptor sites. She's dealing with a little bit of a hormonal imbalance, which happens, especially as we get reach a point beyond 40, then sometimes things start to shift. And so here you have all these different receptor sites of hormones, and I want to test and see if any of these then if there's an imbalance, and also see if there's kind of related to a genetic set point. So I'm just going to put these on. So you see her arm is very strong, and I put these on here and see how arm goes weak. So then I know that there's one of these hormonal receptor sites that has an issue. And you can actually then pinpoint that by using, this is like a magnifying glass. So I put that over the vials, and it will actually magnify the energy from the vials that are underneath that block. So see if it's one of these, and yes it is. So then I try to isolate it. I put it over that group over there. That's not it. Then I put it over this group here, and then over, and just slide it, and I see here it changes. So then I know that this vial, and this is a receptor site then for FSH, which is the follicle stimulating hormone that relates to the pituitary and has a huge impact then on the whole hormonal system. So I just put that on the magnifying glass, so to say, and you see that's the one. Then I want to check and see if there's a genetic aspect. So I take these vials that have the genetic information, and as you see it's weak, and then I put that on, and they go strong. So then I know that there's a relationship between the genetic coding and also this receptor site. So then I can then pinpoint and see which genetic aspect it is. So it's one of those that changed. As you see, it's weak here. Put that on, it goes strong. Test there, that's strong. So then I just try to isolate which one it is, and I just slide this one back and forth until I find the one. And I see that it's chromosome number 4, and I put that also on these magnifying glass, and then I can just use this is the laser that I was talking about right here, and I actually laser that information that's in there about the genetic dysfunction of that specific receptor site, and that's how you can then actually reset a set point that you were born with and that you've been suffering with for your whole life. So as you can see, this is a very, very powerful technique. We'll be back next week